There's great power in prayer, even more in group prayer. This is the foundation of the Unity Movement and our church. Our prayer ministry has close to over 100 active participants supporting our community and the world. There's great synergy in us coming together consistently. Beyond our own personal experience with prayer, there's so much evidence to its impact on the collective consciousness. The Maharishi effect shows that if 1% of the population meditates, it produces measurable improvements in the quality of life for the whole population. The world is going through a lot of change. We must go to the unchanging realm of the divine and help co-create the best outcome for the most impactful event taking place. Let's join together to support this cause. Thank you for joining us. Your presence, your consciousness is summoned for humanity at this time.
the rainstorm came over me, and I felt my spirit break. I had lost all of my belief, you see, and I realized my mistake. But time threw a prayer to me, and all around me became still. I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me now, I see that I've been blind. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Through the rainstorm came sanctuary, and I felt my spirit fly. I had found all of my reality. I realize what it takes, 'cause I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me now, I see that I've been blind. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Oh, don't bend, don't break. Show me how to live and promise me you won't forsake. Give me love, love can help me know my name. Well, I try to say there's nothing wrong. Inside I felt me lying all alone, but the message here was plain to see. Believe me, 'cause I need love, love's divine. Please forgive me now, I see that I've been blind. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Oh, don't bend, don't break. Show me how to live and promise me you won't forsake. Give me love, love is what I need to help me know my name. Love can help me know my name.
Thank you, everybody. Good morning. It's great to see all our church family here again on such a beautiful day. Let's get things going here. Just turn around and wave to the folks around you and celebrate our community here. That includes our folks who are tuning in online to our live stream. Thanks for being with us. And, you know, we're always looking to grow our church family. And if you're here maybe for the first or second time, thank you for joining us, and we're glad you found us. And you can keep in touch if you fill out a guest card at the table out front there at your convenience. And after the service today, be sure to stick around and enjoy some refreshments from our wonderful hospitality team. And it's always, I love the time after the service as well, just to talk to folks and catch up on what's going on with everybody. So again, it's a great day. A lot of things going on here this morning. You'll hear more about that. One of them is, our thoughts are still with our friends and family out in the western part of the state, and they're certainly dealing with a lot. I heard that the Unity of the Blue Ridge Fellowship out there sounds like they're not going to have water for 2 more months. So, but that being said, we have a collection drive for items with the hurricane. All you got to do is put them in the van right out front here. You don't have to leave them here, okay? And if you missed if you forgot and still want to bring something, tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m., where's Karen Drucker? That's your opportunity. That's your second chance. So that's items for the hurricane relief, and we'll be taking those out there. Yesterday, we had a great time with everybody's furry friends. You can take a look there. Thanks to Mimi for making that happen. That's a real fun thing that we have here every year. And I'm going to turn it over to Tia and our wonderful young people, and they'll tell you about what's going on with them.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. So next Sunday, October 20th, the youth here are going to be having a soup salad lunch fundraiser, and all of the proceeds of this are going to go towards a retreat that they're going to in November. And that's going to be so awesome, and I get to go with them and just help them on their spiritual journey. So if you want to help fund us and get some nice soup and salad, that's going to be October 20th after service. And after that, we're going to go ahead and bless our children. Yes. Together. May God enrich your soul and pour out blessings of holy trance and wisdom. Thank you.
All right. Here at Unity, we recognize the divine, the oneness with all that is, and our next song is going to celebrate that. So we invite you to join us singing I Am That I Am.
I am darkness, I am light, I am day, I am night. The infinite, evolving, eternally the same. I am first, I am last, I am future, I am past. A name beyond all knowing, a knowing beyond names. I am, I am, I am that I am, I am that I am darkness, I am light, I am day, I am night. The infinite, evolving, eternally the same. I am first, I am last, I am future, I am past. A name beyond all knowing, a knowing beyond names. I am, I am, I am that I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. Please stand us and join us now in the welcome song. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this open vessel. You deserve to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise unto your name. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this open vessel. You deserve to abide in the praises of your people. So we lift our hands and we lift our hearts as we offer up this praise unto your name. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
As the prayer ministry stands, I invite you to hear these words as if they are your own. Let us pray. We settle in the sanctuary of the heart, calling forth our awareness of the divine with every breath we breathe. As we contemplate all the events swirling around us, even just our everyday life, we remain centered in the knowing that the peace that surpasses all understanding is always available to us when we turn within and surrender our thoughts and our will to the divine. We claim this truth knowing it sustains us, strengthens us, and supports us, even when we are unable to perceive it ourselves. Through prayer and meditation, we bolster our spiritual muscles so we remain open and receptive to divine inspiration and peace. Feeling calm and relaxed, we are now in the flow of life, meeting every challenge with ease and grace. For nothing can disturb our peace when we remember our true divine identity and oneness. We hold this truth to be true for ourselves, for every name in this prayer box, for our spiritual community, and for the world. Anchored in the peace of God and feeling the power of these words as if they were your own, we are grateful for these truths, and so we let it be. Amen.
As we prepare to meditate, let's find a comfortable way to sit that sits as though we are honoring this moment. The posture helps. Open the heart and the chest. Let the chest be bright. And let the breath be the focus of our attention as we relax our bodies. Relaxing the face, the shoulders, the hands, relaxing the waist and the hips. Let yourself really relax. Feel the feet relax, the knees relax. As we are breathing, let us bring a focus to the breath into the heart so that we animate the heart with the energy of the breath. And as the heart opens, let the energy of the heart escape into the body. Let it be the body's energy. Let the body align with the heart. Now let us contemplate what it is to love unconditionally. Unconditional love means not just one thing you love a lot, but to love unconditionally. It's to love in all directions without condition. And without preference. As we sit together in this space, with the help of everyone else, let us contemplate what it is to live unconditionally, to love unconditionally. Let that be our focus as we awaken to who we really are in the silence.
Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all my needs according to your riches. I have but to ask, and I shall receive. To go from here and share this love you gave to me, to show someone who's lost and help them find their way, the way to truth and faith, so they can be free like me, free like me. Lord, we are your love. Lord, we are your peace. Lord, we are your joy. This
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here, isn't it? I've been thinking about this, the fortunate we are. You know, we have music, and the music is not just music, it's great music, and we have a place, and it's not just... And yesterday we did a memorial for Jackie Park, and the memorial went really well. If you weren't there, it was touching and clearly expressive of who she was. And then we went next door, and they had prepared a beautiful spread with a gorgeous table settings and flowers and everything. And I recommend you die so that you see what that's like. It was just fantastic, and it's that sense of community where people are pitching in, and they're actually not just doing the minimum, they're doing way more than the minimum. That are creating the sense, this context that we have a chance to explore together what it is to be spiritual. And as many of you who meditate know, it is so much easier to meditate when you're with other people who are doing the same thing. The depth can come very quickly to us as we drop into meditation. And that meditation, when you're doing it that way, there is a resonance that happens. It is a multiplier effect of other people. But you can also imagine, if it's true about meditation, it's also true about awakening in all forms. That when you see the good in another person, you're inspired to do that. When you realize that you're part of a community, you tend to act as though you're not, like your stuff matters, what you do matters. Not like you're a tossed off or you're a lone wolf or separate or lonely. You realize that you're in the context of a community, and when you're in the context of a community, what you do is you are generous. You're generous in a way you may not be enticed to be generous if you're just by yourself. You give more graciously, more fully. And this idea of generosity and being in a community is really quite helpful for those of us who are introverts. And I know you. This is a group that has way more introverts than the average population, right? You almost have to be teased into this, come on over here, it's going to be okay. Have you noticed? But once you're in, you go, oh, this feels good. And from there, you can tease someone else to be in the community. And you can be the leader of how you interact with people you don't know. And that process is the process of building community, church. This church is a sacred and beautiful place. It has been here for a long time. We'll celebrate at the end of October our homecoming. which is a chance for us to remember that the reason we have this place is that somebody was generous before you got here. You didn't make this. There's a really good chance you weren't part of the making of this. That you have come in and stood on the shoulders of others' generosity, and so incumbent upon being one of those people who did not make it, who weren't here the first day, and there are very few of you who have been, and we are grateful for that. The way we express gratitude for that is to do it for someone else and to own it. I'm speaking a little bit directly about this because I think it's too easy to think, well, I'll come back to it at some point, or it's not important what I do, or my contribution's not so important. I'm just a visitor. I don't really belong here. These are not my people. I know people who come here a lot who don't call it their church. It shocks me. They enjoy the fellowship, they enjoy the food, they enjoy the music, they enjoy everything about it, but they don't go, it's not my church. I go to that. You know how you make it your church? You do something that makes it room for someone else to be here. That's how you make it your church. You give your money, or you give of your time, or you pick up after someone. You do that. You visit somebody in the hospital. You say a prayer for someone. You recognize that the fabric of this community is built on everyone, not just those that you think are the owners. The invitation, the constant invitation is to own this place, so that you have a place that you call home, which is not at home and is not your work. It's the third place. It's the one that allows you to feel like you belong without it either being a given or earning it. You belong because you belong. Because this is your tribe. This is where your people are. This is where you recognize the humanity of yourself and others. Where you look and you hang out with people long enough to investigate who they are as human beings. And really get to know them and kind of like actually know someone. Because you've been vulnerable and they've been vulnerable back to you. That's why you're here. And if you think, that's one of the reasons I think why you're here, is that there's a longing in every single person I know is to feel like they belong. They do. They want to feel that. Many of us, myself included, can parade around like I don't really need that, but when I find it, I just go, oh my God, where else would that be? So I want you to honor that and not dismiss it. You know, in America, where the rugged individualism is so, I heard someone say this, over-indexed. Where it's over-indexed, we can act like it doesn't matter. And we can fool ourselves. And then one day, as I have heard many people say, they just don't feel like they have a place where they are known, where they're loved, where they're special, where they're part of a community, where they belong. They don't feel that. A few weeks ago, I was in California. I was doing a memorial for a friend of mine that died. I was nervous about it because this was the boating community that I had been a part of 50 years ago and had still maintained relationship with those guys, but I had never done anything that is like what I'm doing right now with them. I was never that. I always kept these two worlds completely separate. And they knew what I did for a living, but no one dared talk about it. And one of the things I noticed was talking with these guys, there was a sense that I belonged with these guys. You know, they're the other half of me. You know, there's a half of me that's spiritual, and there's the other side that's a rogue. And I was trying to keep them apart. And some of you who know me well know that I, even in North Carolina, I am a rogue. And it's either endearing or insulting, I'm not sure which to some people, but that bringing the two together was a wonderful experience for me as I conducted this service, and then people went, oh, you know. And that's one of the things I think can happen here, is because most of us have this very tender, sacred ambition, need, longing, however you say it, to see who we really are as the best person that we really could be. And sometimes we are confined by habit or by the things we do on a daily basis that we feel like we must hide those from other people, like I was saying I did. And yet when you finally get to a place where you can say, you know, have you ever thought what happens to you after you die? Have you ever thought about the nature of reality? Do you ever wonder how it is you could be healed from heartbreak and isolation? Do you know those conversations where you say, you know, I didn't have that easy a childhood. As a matter of fact, I don't have it that easy right now. I just need somebody to hear me. I need somebody to love me. It doesn't have to be full body love. I mean, just love me would be enough. Because at this moment, I'm fragile. And so you have it here. You have it. If it hasn't fully bloomed yet, you have it here. And I really hope you'll take advantage of it. You know, people's health gets better. Usually when people's health gets better, their attitude gets better. When their attitude gets better, their money gets better. When their money gets better, they breathe deeper. And the cycle continues, the whole of it. The whole of you can be supported by a community that's not even working that hard at it. It's just because we're here. It's just the nature of who we are. And the beautiful thing about the people who happen to come into this place, and I don't know about other places, but I do know this place, the people who come into this place are good people. They may not fulfill every need you have, for sure, but they are good people. And they are safe to be around. And if one person's not safe, there are many more that are. So you can take a chance. Oops, didn't work there. How about that? But that's the nature of it, isn't it? Not everybody fits with everybody else, but collectively, if we stay together, there's plenty. And so I'm really encouraging you to go deep in yourself through your own spiritual practice, but also to spread your energy here. That you might encourage each of us to do more, to go deeper, to feel safer, to feel loved. I think that's really what we're after, isn't it? I mean, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. Did you come here just to hear me babble for 20 minutes a week? I don't think so. Okay, I'll do that. So let's do that. Let me allow me to preach at you and allow that to sink in. That this is important. And I was at a church. I'll tell you a story. In that way, it's not about you, it's about someplace else. I was at a church in Oregon, and when I got there, there were 40 people, which was the biggest attendance they had had in a year. There were 40 people, and I was fresh out of 5 years of graduate school, and this was my first church. And they were paying me $20,000 a year. And I actually went to somebody who knew about churches, and I said, do you think that's a good salary? He said, well, what was their gross last year? And it was $25,000. He says, I think that's pretty good. So I started there, and the church grew to about 100. And then it tapered off to about 80. And I was there for 3 years, and toward the end of that, I started to say, you know, I'm not going to be here that long. You know, if you, in this little town of yours, and it was a little town, if this little town of yours, I don't know how many people you're going to have that are going to be able to do what I'm doing. And that's not bragging, that's just like simplicity. Not many people with 5 years of graduate school are going to come here to be your private minister, right? And I left. I didn't leave because they didn't show up, but I realized that in a few years the place shut down completely, went out of business. Just shows, this is not about you, but that was about them, but just realize that a place like this is built on your participation. And it will go out of business if you don't, you know, if nobody comes, we'll just shut the doors, right? But if you come, it becomes a place of life and love and experience and a depth and a place where you can play. You can play as a spiritual being. You can play as you can dance. You know, we do dances here, right? We actually drink wine and do dances here. Now, how about that for a church? Come on. So I'm going to encourage you not to take it for granted and not to assume that your efforts and your participation is not important. It is so radically wrong to think that. And I'm preaching to the choir, so to speak. Take the choir, for instance. That's a beautiful place to participate, isn't it? To get up and to sing with full-throated love in your heart in such a way that you inspire a room full of people. Come on now. Where are you going to get that? You going to get that down at the drugstore? I don't think so. This is here. This is what you get here. You get to be a prayer chaplain. You get to be a prayer chaplain. Can you imagine? Someone comes to you and says, in the tenderest, deepest, painful moment of their life, I could use a prayer. And it is your privilege to be the one who knows how to answer that request. Can you imagine where else you're going to get that? That you're going to have access directly to someone's tender soul, and you have the salve to put on it? And for those of you who are better at cooking, oh my God, we love to eat. There are a million ways to be of service here. One is just showing up, for sure. Another, of course, is to give money. And if you don't think this place needs money to run on, I'll tell you, just to pay the building, $2,800 every Sunday is what it costs for us to hold it open for a week. And the totality of this, we spend $1,500 a day to keep the church running. $1,500 a day. It doesn't happen by itself. And I'm not cheap. Everybody, I really want y'all to consider. I wasn't planning on speaking about this today at all. I was going to talk about chakras. But one thing I have learned to do is let the Spirit guide me to some degree in what I have to say. So let's talk about chakras. Root chakra, survival. Second chakra, desires. Third chakra, egoic desires. Fourth chakra, community, love, and transcendence. Fifth chakra, your ability to speak into being what needs to be done. Sixth chakra, your ability to intuit without being told explicitly. You can know without knowing how you know. Seventh chakra, your second chance to connect with the divinity after your heart. In a place like this, you can start here. You don't have to start down here. You don't have to worry about your survival. You've got it. Check. We're going to have the heat on. Your desires don't have to be front and center, and your need to be powerful doesn't have to be front and center. What can be front and center is your heart. And you can go up from there. And that's a bloody privilege, to be able to come to a place you don't even know anybody, and you can start at the heart. So I recommend you tell all your friends, and you bring them here. And you say, this may not be your place, and it's not for everybody, I can tell you. Not everybody wants it like this. Not everybody's ready for it like this. But bring your friends and say, look, I would like you to know what my community feels like. And they may not stick, big deal. But it's a gift to them to go, oh, look at that. When I'm on a busman's holiday, I go to different churches, which is why I happen to know that this is a good one. Bring them here. Let your worlds collide. Let your rogue and your saint come together. Let your other life and this life find a way to touch, so that you become a whole. Not two halves, but a whole, where all of your life works together. You've invited people into your sacred spaces, as you would invite them over to your house to have a meal, or you would speak to them warmly and go to lunch with them at work. Invite them to this place. Because if anything that the world needs now, it needs a place like this where we don't talk politics every day, and we don't ask, what are your qualifications for being likable? We just take you as you are. And we don't ask that you be better than you are, but we hold you up as much as we can. It's a good place to be. And maybe it's not been your experience yet, but I have seen it hundreds of times. So bring your friends, jump in and do stuff when we offer it. Come up with your own stuff and invite people to it. We're going to do a book study, and it's going to start next week. It's going to be on a book on practical metaphysics, which is kind of interesting material, in my opinion. But we're also going to have, because we're doing this book study, what we're doing is inviting people who don't have a subgroup in this church to meet people that they can really develop long and deep relationships. And it's been my experience that these groups come together, and if there's the magic of chemistry, they might last for 15 years. And if they're just an interesting place to have a conversation, if they're just the place where you explore the book and a little bit of food together or something, but it doesn't feel like it's quite your place, it just dissolves and goes away. And so it is like speed dating, and you can get it over with in a hurry. You might find your inner tribe when you go to those. I thoroughly recommend it. I think one of the reasons this church is held together, even during COVID, is we had many of these subgroups that stayed in touch with each other. And when someone gets sick, who are the first people there? It's those people, those neighbors that, in essence, that come together. And they may not live in the same neighborhood, but they certainly act like neighbors. And they take care of you, and you take care of them. And so these book studies is just an incredible avenue into the possibility of community. Don't miss it. Hemi will set you up. There's a lineup out there. It must be 8, is that right? 8 or 10 groups they can sign up for. Find one in your area, or find one that you do by the 6th chakra. That one. Find your place. I encourage you. It's not a waste of time. It's an incredible investigation, both of the spiritual concepts, but friendships. Okay, I think I've talked enough. But this is a place where my heart has opened, where I come here and I feel like it's a privilege to be here. I hope you will feel the same. I hope you will go, oh my God, it seemed nice, but I didn't know I had to get that involved with it or anything. But if you want to have the full experience, do. Find how you can help. Find out how you can give so that you become an owner. And this becomes your third place. Let us pray. As we move into a state of contemplation, let us feel into our own hearts. The beautiful heart that you have essentially come out of as a human being. Your own heart is one of the first things in the embryo that is detectable. The pulse of your own heart. And it draws sustenance from the mother and grows as you grow. And it's how we know you're alive, is you have a pulse. Gandhi said, it's better to contemplate unconditional love than to fill the rice bowls of the beggars. Let's take a moment to contemplate unconditional love. It's more than a person you care a lot about. It's more than any feeling state. Perhaps it will lift you into a transcendent experience. You're beautiful people. Let your light shine. And so it is.
fall from the sky. Well, well, my heart's mind soars like a kite. But you know the burden isn't light. This, my body, bag of sand, reminds me that I'm more than just a man. My mind, well, well, only time will tell. When heavens open up and start to cry, well, well, my mind. Now my faith, oh, you know my faith is rich and strong. And I know my purpose is in my song. To hear it and to sing it through. I have nothing more nor less to do. My mind, well, well, only time will ever tell. When hell gets up and learns to fly, well, well, my well, well, my, well, my,
Good morning. Wow, are you awake now? I'm Rebecca Marmaduke, and I am so fortunate to be a member of our Unity community. I'm here to deliver this morning's announcements, and Neusom spoke so eloquently this morning about participation in the Unity community. He kind of gave you the why. Now I'm going to give you the how. So, the men will be kicking off a toiletry drive for Oak City Cares. You should bring only travel-sized toiletries to donate through November 3rd. A list of needed supplies is in the lobby, and by helping someone in this way, maybe we can, elevate their self-worth, and you never know how life-changing that might be. So see Reverend Tammy and Dawn at the table in the lobby, and remember to bring your travel-sized toiletries. Easy for me to say. And as Neusom also mentioned, we'll be starting a new book study on October 20th. And if you're interested in joining the book study, go online or go to the welcome desk after services to sign up for the group. As he mentioned, we're going to be reading Practical Metaphysics, A New Insight and Truth by Eric Butterworth. And the book studies are great. I've gotten a lot out of them. Homecoming is coming up, and we have several events for our homecoming weekend, October 25th through 27th. And when I was new to Unity, I wasn't sure, what's the big deal? What's homecoming? Well, It's a celebration where we welcome back former members and friends, and we celebrate our heritage and strengthen our community. It includes fellowship, worship, music, and a meal. And this year's homecoming is no exception. And Friday night, Charles Holt will perform a musical concert. Now, if you've not seen or heard Charles yet and experienced his artistry, get ready to be blown away. So yes, you want to catch that if you can. On Saturday, Mimi Lowe-Mueller will lead a memorial service for all those who've lost a pet in the last year. You can bring a photo of your pet or a memento to this special remembrance of our beloved pets who bring us so much love and joy. And on Sunday after service, join in fellowship for our annual potluck. As we like to say in the Marmaduke family, be sure to wear your eating pants, because there's always lots of delicious food, and bring a dish to share. Myself and other members of the fellowship team will be available to start receiving your dishes as early as 10 a.m. So bring your entree, your side, your bread, your dessert, what have you, and we'll be sure we'll place it where everybody gets to enjoy it. And tax season, of course, is a ways off yet, but, let's think ahead. We can come to an enlightening conversation on how to reduce your taxes when making charitable contributions. And see, I kind of thought those days were behind us, but apparently not. There are tax breaks for charitable donations, so what could be more fun than paying less taxes? This topic may not seem that sexy, but the information will keep more money in your pockets, or maybe leave a little something extra to give something to Unity. Bill Holt, the board treasurer and a retired CPA, will lead the workshop on Sunday, October 20th at 1 p.m. in the multipurpose room. And now, dear friends, as we gather today, I want to remind you of the ways we can share our time, talent, and treasure to uplift our church community. Our contributions enrich our shared bond, and it enriches our service, it supports our outreach, and strengthens the bonds that make us family. We also have practical needs. We maintain our facilities, we support our dedicated staff, and we provide essential supplies that go into the running of the church. So your generous contributions today not only sustain our church, but also ensure a vibrant future for generations to come. So let us come together now to build a brighter tomorrow rooted in love and community. For those attending online, go to our website, unitytriangle.org. Just click on the orange donate button. For those present, there's card readers in the lobby at the welcome desk. Or you may sign up for automatic giving, and your account will be conveniently drafted each month for you. So we thank you all who've continued to donate and support our spiritual community. We are here because of you. Will the greeters please stand to bless our gifts? We'll bless our gifts with the affirmation shown on the screen. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
We let the love wash over us. We let be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let the love wash over us. We let it be. Let the love wash over us. We let it be. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I hope you got something out of today's service. We intend to bring you things that will help you in your life become more of who you want to be, give you the freedom of forgiveness and the hope of expectancy that your life will unfold in a way that brings you joy, happiness, and is a contribution to the world. If you would like to contribute to this ministry, please go to unitytriangle.org, hit the donate button, and it will lead you into an easy way of doing that. We thank you for your attention and look forward to seeing you again here.